Divorce can be dark, some of the darkest moments that we experience in life. But in darkness comes light. And today, we're going to talk about how to help you through the darkness of divorce and how to get you in a place where this never happens again. Part of that way to never happen again, or to let this never happen again, is to make sure that if you're in that stuck place that divorce can be, those dark days, those moments and times when you don't think it can get any worse, you should check out the 7-day course below. It's a quick way to refresh, reset, and get ahead in those dark, troubling times. So back to the content. We're talking about darkness and divorce. And if you've been there, you understand. It's an unfortunate place, but I'm glad that we have that mutual understanding. I've been there myself, and I know I wish I would have had there someone walking with me, someone talking to me through it. That's what this video is all about. So, the darkness of divorce. How do we get through it? Well, for many of us, we choose things that we shouldn't. We choose vices that we shouldn't. We lean into them. We chase them. We try to numb that pain. But here's the thing, that pain, no matter how much you try to numb it, it always comes back. It never goes away. There's never enough of whatever we're using to numb it to make it go away. But here's one thing that did for me. After weeks of living in an empty house, thinking that life couldn't get much worse, one thing changed it all. That was the hope and the inspiration for an adventure. An adventure that turned a hike that people told me I couldn't do in a day into changing my life. Now that hike was something that I'd wanted to do for years, and I just couldn't find the right people to do it with. I couldn't find, matter of fact, anyone that was willing to do it. So I took it on myself. I figured, hell, life can't get much worse than this. Might as well just try. It's probably the first time in my life that I just tried something without planning too. I don't know if about you, if this is the case, but as a perfectionist, recovering perfectionist, I should say, I had to plan out everything. Come to find out that planning was just me trying to protect myself of being hurt by the unknown, by something popping up that I could have planned for and prevented. I think that's a common theme that I've seen with the men that I've worked in divorce, is often we look at life as this window of trying to protect the things that we can, and then be prepared for the things that we can't. Now there's good action here, but when it starts, and good intent as well, but when it starts to interfere with our life, the regular day of life, that's when it becomes a problem. So I did something I would have never done. I basically committed about a week and a half out to go on this epic hike. I had a small window of time where I had time off from work, and it was in correlation with my birthday. And if you've been divorced or you are divorced, you know that there's one special moment in that year at least that never feels right, and that's your birthday, no matter how you spend it. I've had men that I've worked with that spend it in ridiculous ways. It's like a wild party, let's just say. And that could work for the moment, but they often look back on that moment and think about how that didn't make them any happier. It actually made it worse. So it's kind of interesting how that works. But for me, I did the unthinkable, or I guess what I was told you couldn't do. I barely packed a bag. I grabbed some new boots and wore them to work the week before. I borrowed a friend's hiking poles. I think I made lunches. That's how amazing how fast it went. I didn't even really think about it too much. I just did. Made some lunches, went up a hill, and then headed back home. And it was the most incredible experience. It taught me a lot about myself, taught me a lot about others. How's it going? And it was a wonderful thing. So adventure can really turn into a life-changing moment. And here's 4 reasons why that is. Here's 4 reasons why you should go on an adventure or at least do something different in divorce. The first lesson I learned in this adventure was number 1. Change your location, change your outcome, or change your outlook, or change whatever you want to change. It's pretty amazing that for me, being in a house that felt absolutely empty, memories, building that up together, it was a place of, constant reminder of what I didn't have. But when you change your location, when I went somewhere new, it was amazing to find myself with a different mindset, a different mentality, a different outlook to what was ahead. Especially, this was an epic hike. This was passing 2 waterfalls, a journey through incredible forests, all to end up at a granite slab that was almost unbelievable. So changing your environment can really have an impact on your divorce, and I encourage you to do so. So if you're stuck in a new place, maybe you had to move an apartment, you downsized, maybe you're stuck in the house like I was. Whatever it is, change your environment here. Go to a new space, go to a new place, find yourself on a new adventure. You wanted to always try out Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Have at it, man. This is your time. There is no better time than right now to get after it. So, number 1 lesson about the darkness of divorce is change your location. You'll change your mindset, you'll change your outcome. Number 2 lesson that you can learn from my hiking adventure from divorce: the path of action in itself puts you in motion. Because action, here's the incredible thing about it: action creates movement, movement creates momentum, and momentum helps pull you out of wherever you are and brings you to somewhere new. So action, and I'm still learning this today, faster action, like I had that day and going on that hike. Faster action, the bigger the result and change, the bigger and better moments of life you can have. So take action, take quick action. In divorce, you can sometimes take action that seems dangerous. So just be mindful of that. I want to throw a caution out there, but take action. Go on that hike, try that new class, get back in the gym. It all starts with that first action. And remember, those first steps give you that momentum. The momentum builds. You get more movement. And I think I said that wrong, but you understand. Action creates movement. Movement creates momentum. Momentum gets you the ability to change your outcome. The third thing that you can learn from taking action and going on a venture is that without planning didn't keep you less or more safe. So for those of us that are perfectionists or overplanners out there, just keep in mind that just taking action, you're going to find solutions that you would have never seen before if you've even planned it all out. I think for us perfectionists and overplanners out there, that you've taken this kind of action before and you have seen the fact that there are things that still you can't prevent. And if that's the case, then it's better to just learn to go to, do this. I've heard it said well this way. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Because here's the magical thought process. Being uncomfortable is actually growth. We don't often hear that. We often hear, find a good job, settle down, find comfort, find ease. Life should be, perfect. But life is never perfect. And the only opportunity that we have to grow and get better comes from discomfort. So remember that for lesson number 3. That's right. Number 4 is about creating a flywheel of growth from impromptu or unplanned action. That's what happens when you do this. That's the amazing thing about this phenomenon of just going and doing, learning, making mistakes and growing. In doing so, that one hike changed my whole life. I started going to yoga shortly thereafter. I went on retreats, met new people, interesting things. I went all over the place. I traveled solo for the first time in years. It was absolutely incredible. So, a moment in time where I was at my worst pushed me to make a decision to do something different. And in doing something different, I learned the process and skill about not protecting myself by overplanning, by learning that action creates momentum, and momentum is actually the most powerful thing. And you can too. Just remember, the darkness that you're experiencing in divorce is just a moment in time. And if you're in that dark space and you don't think you can get out, check out the 7-day course below. It's basically like being given away. $11 can reset you, can give you tools, tips, and tricks, more tools than anything. Can give you a different mindset and approach to the place that you find yourself in. Can help you break free and get you to that place, that inner you that you knew was always there.